Today I made this painting. Here's how. On the back of a larger project, I always try to do a few more traditional studies before moving on to something else more complex, so this time I thought it would be interesting to attempt a landscape painting. This has always been a genre that I've struggled with in particular for a variety of reasons, but mainly just because it's something I haven't had much practice with compared to subjects that I'm better at, like portrait or figure painting. My focus in this piece was to investigate how the colours of large objects vary based on their distance from the observer. For this purpose, I chose a reference picture that I took while on holiday, which I felt had a good variation in depth. It features both a close rock formation and larger, distant mountains. As usual, I started out by roughly blocking out the colours in the piece using a large brush. I do this so that I have a good foundation to work on top of, and so that I have a feel for the colour composition of the entire piece with relatively little effort. Then I went over and attempted to improve the detail and structure of the piece using a smaller brush. I found elements of this piece very difficult to paint, most significantly the large rock formation in the foreground. I think that it is fairly obvious that I struggled with this area from the combination of colours and the form of the brushstrokes which I used. They feel a lot less confident than the colours in some of my other pieces are. However, I am fairly happy with the colour composition of the background, and I feel it reasonably represents the effect of distance on large mountain ranges. What do you think of this piece?